So welcome here, Wildcat fans, as it is myself, Dylan Wall, joined alongside Cade Powell here for the visiting Hornets and Wildcat Park. Up to bat is number 3, Daniel Smith, the left fielder for the Hornets. And pitching for this afternoon's game is Trent Bivens for the Cats.
So Bivens will start out this game on the mound and jumps out to a 1-1 count, 1 ball, 1 strike, and great breaking ball there by Trent to get the batter swinging.
As Bivens about to deliver his 4th pitch of this at bat, in there for strike 3.
Great pitch on the outer half of the plate, and great job by Trip Lumpkin of framing that ball to get the batter looking. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Hunter Spence, for his first at bat of the night.
So that was a quick 4-pitch out there for Bivens on the mound, as his first pitch to Spence is strike 1. Bivens' second pitch, low and outside for ball 1. So the 1-1 pitch from Bivens just missed the outside corner for ball 2. Spence is watching the corners here. That one misses again.
So after an early strikeout to start the game, Trent now falls behind 3-1 in this count. And the 3-1 pitch swung on for strike 2. So battles back to bring the count to a full 3-2.
See what Trent Bivens delivers up here for the full count pitch. On the outside corner again, and rings him up looking. So that's 2 backwards Ks now for Trent Bivens.
Next up, number 2.
So that brings on the third baseman, number 2, Michael Fitzpatrick for the Hornets.
And the first pitch to Michael will be outside for ball 1. Is Trip tried to frame that one, but just didn't get that call.
Just a little too outside for the umpire's liking. A 1-0 pitch to Fitzpatrick as he fouls it back to the net. So even the count at 1. Trent Bivens is really working the outside corner here, as he's already on his first 2 batters. He struck them out both on the outside of the half of the plate, as he's been working that outer edge. But that ball just a little too outside to call a strike, as that one is.
Great job by Trent and Trip behind the plate to frame that pitch, and great pitch moving on to the plate by the left-hander Trent Bivens Jr.
So Bivens trying to strike out the side here, as he does on a foul tip caught by Trip Lumpkin. So that will retire the top half of the first. 3 straight strikeouts for Trent Bivens, and we'll be right back. So to lead off tonight for the Slot County Wildcats brings on the junior center fielder, number 2, Garrett Peavy.
So the first pitch he sees will be inside for ball 1. As Garrett tries to produce a leadoff hit. The second pitch he sees will be in there for strike 2, or strike 1, excuse me. The 1-1 pitch, just a bit high, so Garrett will jump early ahead into the count into a 2-1 count.
And the pitcher for the Hornets tonight is number 19, Nathan Chowders, as he's in a hitter's count, the 2-1. Now he evens the count with that strike on the outside of the plate. The 2-2 pitch from Chowders. Foul tip from Peavy hits him, so stay alive and get another crack at it.
So the 2-2 pitch thrown behind Garrett Peavy. So
yeah, luckily he got his bat down.
Right.
Would have foul tipped it, but the count does move up to a full count now. So the 3-2 pitch to Peavy is on the way, and he swings on and misses, and it's caught, so that'll retire Peavy as Childs gets his first strikeout for tonight.
So after Garrett Peavy will strike out as the leadoff batter for the Wildcats, that will bring up the senior left fielder, Dakota Albritton.
Yeah, Dakota Albritton has made some really good contact this year for the Cats.
The first pitch he sees will be in there for strike 1.
We'll see what kind of contact he can make here, as the first pitch he did watch is a strike, and that one hits in the dirt for ball 1. So Childs is 1-1 pitch, a little outside, tried to Gage Locke tried to frame it there, the catcher. Umpire thought otherwise. So that now 2 balls now as Albritton swings for the second strike.
And now the 2-2 pitch to Albritton. Swung on and hit. High pop up in between the right fielder and the second baseman, and the right fielder will come on and make that catch. So Wildcats quickly with 2 outs.
Hatch Brennan did a good job of getting off the hit, getting there in time to make that catch, as this brings on number 11, Dylan Taylor, the shortstop for tonight.
And the first pitch Dylan will see is swung on and hit down the left field line, and that ball will get out of play.
Yeah, just a little late there for Taylor. As he hit a massive home run this past Friday against Bocelli in straightaway center. Has tremendous power. As the next pitch he sees, he fouls it down the first base line for a little dribbler. 0-2 count now. Brandon's pitching, or excuse me, Nathan Childers is pitching pretty well. Already has 2 outs. And has Dylan Taylor in an 0-2 count.
He's in a great position to pick up the 3rd out, and the 0-2 pitch to Taylor swung on, and that'll be the end of the side for the Cats as both teams go out and 3 up, 3 down. So
might have a pitcher's duel here tonight.
Right, so the players take a quick break, and so will we. We'll be right back at the top of the second.
So to begin the top of the second, Matt Huckabee, number 10, the first baseman for the Hornets, will lead off as the first pitch he sees goes for strike one.
So Bivens jumps ahead early in the count, and he jumps even farther ahead with that second strike in there so quickly, up 0-2.
He's looking real nice here as he already has 3 strikeouts so far, looking to get his 4th one.
The 0-2 pitch swung on and grounded to the second baseman, Logan Wirtz, as he throws on the first to Dylan Wyndham to retire the first batter of the inning. So Trent Bivens settling up very early into this ball game.
Yep.
4 batters faced, 4 batters down.
That brings on number 18, the catcher for the Hornets, Gage Locke.
Batter up. Number 18, Gage Locke.
And the first pitch to Locke will just be a little outside for ball one. But just in the first inning alone, it looks like it might be a pitcher's battle, as we already have 5 strikeouts out of 7 batters. So let's see whose offense can get started early here first, as Bivens is down 2-0. And his third pitch is a little high.
So after retiring 4 batters in a row, Trent Bivens looks like he could give up the first base runner of the game to Westfield. As the 3-0 pitch looked on for ball 4, so a quick 4-pitch walk for Westfield. So that'll bring up the center fielder Travis McDonald.
Next up, number 6, Travis McDonald.
Looks like we have a pinch runner coming in for the catcher, Gage. The first 91 pitch to Travis McDonald, and Trent Bivens is already throwing over to first base, which is a luxury because he is a left-handed pitcher. See how he works with a runner on. First pitch to Travis goes in for ball one.
Now the 1-0 pitch to Travis swung on and fouled back.
I think that might have caught Trip Lumpkin down there. I think I might have hit his face piece. That will even the count.
One apiece, 1 ball, 1 strike for the center fielder, Travis.
The runner on first does give Sly County the option to a double play here as we still have 1 out.
The middle infielders, Dylan Taylor and Logan Wirtz, playing deeper into that shortstop and second base position as that pitch is fouled off and hit towards the Sly County dugout. As Trent, after throwing the first pitch for a ball, is battled back here to a 1-2 count.
So the 1-2 pitch from Bivens hits to Dylan Taylor, the shortstop. He's going to make a quick throw to second base, but he's going to slide in safe as the pinch runner for Gage Locke beats the throw to second. So Westfield with their first hit, the first hit of the ball game tonight, as runners advance with no out, still 1 out.
I don't know about that play by Dylan Taylor. It was a bang-bang play, but he tried to get the lead runner there. Not in time, but Hatch Brandon will now be up to bat. The right fielder is first pitch he sees will be fouled off to the left side.
So now Bivens working for the first time tonight with 2 runners on, still 1 out. Let's see how he can play this out as Wyndham, the first baseman for Sly County's, creeping in. Barano's playing pretty close. The pickoff move to second. Nowhere near as pinch runner gets back in time. The 0-1 pitch to Hatch Brandon. Out there for ball 1. So that'll even the count at 1 now.
I wouldn't be surprised if a bunt came down here just trying to move the runners.
Right.
The third and second, get them both in scoring position. Still only 1 out in the top half of the second. Looks like he's got the call to swing away, but a great breaking ball by Trent Bivens to
That was a beautiful pitch.
go 1 ahead in the count. So
This will be a huge out here for Sly County. 1-2 from Bivens. Just missed on the outside corner.
Tripp tried to frame that one, but he got the call earlier in the ball game. Not so fortunate that time. So the count now even at 2 apiece. Still 1 out in the inning. 2 men on. Now the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, grounded to first base. Dylan Wyndham is. Both runners will be able to move up into scoring position.
Wyndham was looking there to throw down to second, but the runner was just there in time. There was no need in throwing the ball. Just take the sure out. So like you said, the runners do advance. That brings on the designated hitter, number 16, Chase Spence. He will be hitting for the pitcher, Nathan Childers. As the first pitch he sees is high and outside for ball 1.
So now the 1-0 pitch, breaking ball just outside for ball 2. So once again, Tripp Lumpkin tries to frame that one, unable to get the call.
Bivens throws that one in there for a strike. So count now 2-1 as he is trying to battle back here. If he can get this out, so Sly County will survive a scare here. It's the 2-1 pitch from Bivens. It's chased high for strike 2.
Great job by Bivens going up into the strike zone, and the hitter unable to catch up to that fastball, so that will even the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs in the inning. Runners on third and second. Now the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball outside, and that'll bring the count to full.
It's a big pitch hit right, a big pitch right here for Bivens as he delivers it, and it's whether or not it hit him or not, still going to advance to first base for ball 4. So that brings on number 4, the second baseman for the Hornets, Bennett Wellman.
So bases loaded, 2 outs here in the top half of the second. First pitch, high and outside for ball 1.
Yeah. The Hornets looking to strike here early of the ball game. Strike here first. So the 1-0 pitch from Bivens in there for strike 1 to Bennett Wellman.
Bivens is trying to live on that outer half of the strike zone in this early portion of tonight's ball game. Is the majority of his pitches have been on the outer half of the plate, and the 1-1 pitch, breaking ball in there for strike 2. Great pitch by Trent, just starting that in the opponent's, the other batter box, and breaking that thing in there.
So the 1-2 pitch from Bivens, it is hit out of play and down the right side. So Bennett Wellman will stay alive here. Again, the 1-2. Did he go around? The signal from the field judge, and he did. So that's going to retire the side for the Hornets.
Great job by Bivens of getting out of that bases loaded jam.
Now Westfield's a little in disbelief, but field judge says he did go around, so that's going to end it. Trent Bivens gets out of a scare there with bases loaded. We'll see you at the bottom of the second half, or the second inning. We'll be right back.
So we are back here in the bottom half of the second. Dylan Wyndham, the cleanup hitter, will lead off for the Wildcats. The first pitch he seed is a ground ball to the first base line and will be a foul ball. So Wyndham's early down in the count.
Sly County trying to make something happen, as Westfield was able to get 3 runners on just a second ago, as second pitch, Wyndham sees will fall in there for ball one.
So the 1-1 pitch to Wyndham is breaking ball on the outside part of the plate and will be called ball two.
And it looks like the home plate umpire having some words with the Westfield dugout. Not sure what that was about, but the 2-1 pitch, Wyndham hits it high, just out of play on the left side of the field. That'll even the count at 2.
So the 2-2 pitch to Wyndham, swing and a miss, and an early strikeout in the top half, or in the bottom half of the second.
It's now 3 strikeouts for Nathan Chowders, 7 in the game total.
Next up, number 20, Trent Bivens.
And this brings on the Sly County pitcher hitting in the 5-hole, the number 20, Trent Bivens. This will be the first time the pitchers meet each other.
And the first pitch Bivens will see is up in the strike zone for ball one. As Wildcats do not have a base runner so far in this ball game. Westfield had a great opportunity in the top half of the second. They had bases loaded but just couldn't convert. But the second pitch Trent Bivens will see will be inside for ball two.
Bivens, ooh, that was a close call. Close no call there. But the count now 3-0. So Bivens watched that one. Just a little too high for the home plate umpire. So the next pitch he sees will be strike one.
So Bivens expecting a fastball here, and he gets it, but fouls that off. So the pitcher Nathan Childers is able to battle back to a full 3-2 count. He already has a strikeout in this inning. And the full 3-2 pitch outside, and Trent Bivens will be the first base runner to reach for Sly County tonight, as that brings up the senior right fielder Ashton Gooden.
Going back to that last pitch to Bivens, that's a great call. That call's been there all night, just a little far, just a little more inside, but it was a little outside of the plate, and good eye there from the umpire not to stretch the zone a little bit. So the first pitch to Bivens is in the dirt, but scooped up from the catcher Gage Locke.
That was a great save by Gage Locke right there. If that ball gets by him, Trent's got enough speed to make it to second with ease on the pass ball. So he keeps Trent at first. And
Sly County really loves to play off of errors of the opponent.
The second pitch will be watched for strike one, so the count now even at 1 apiece.
Chowders is really watching Bivens at first, as Gooden check swings, and home plate umpire will call that a strike. Thought he might have held up there a little bit, but
Call was in the zone, so Ashton now behind 1-2 as a pickoff move. Not in time to get Trent Bivens at first, just keeping him honest over there, as Trent has great speed. Westfield does not want him to get into scoring position. Now the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that'll be the second strikeout of the inning for Nathan Childers, as that brings up the senior third baseman, Lauren Barano.
Childers now has 4 strikeouts, 2 per inning so far, and that brings on the third baseman.
Next up, number 13, Lauren.
See what Lauren Barano can produce here with one runner on, 2 outs. Childers still eyeing Bivens at first, taking his time. The first pitch to Barano's in there for strike 1.
So Childers looking Trent off as Trent tries to steal that base, and the catcher Gage Locke will throw him out at second, as that will be the end of the bottom half of the second. Still no runs, and we'll be right back.
Leading off, number 3, Daniel Smith.
So Daniel Smith, the left fielder, makes his way for his second plate appearance for this afternoon. Again, Bivens' first pitch in there for strike 1.
And the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, or he hits Daniel Smith. He'll reach first for the first time tonight. That'll now bring up the shortstop Hunter Spence for his second at bat. As the 1, 2, and 3 batters in the top half of the first struck out for Westfield.
And the throw down to first base is going to be over Dylan Wyndham's head. Ashton Gooden was in there to back that throw up. Trent Lumpkin just sailed one over first base. And Daniel Smith is pretty fast. He's got a big lead over there.
I think he's smart in that he didn't try and run on that base, though, with Ashton in right field. Ashton has a great arm and could have thrown him out with ease.
And Hunter Spence, and that previous pitch was showing bunt. As he hits one in center field, comes on Garrett Peavy. He makes a diving catch. He gets up, throws it back to Dylan Wyndham at first, who makes the catch, in there for a double play. So Garrett Peavy, wow.
Westfield tried the hit and run there with Daniel Smith trying to steal that base, and the pitch swung on, and a great play by Garrett Peavy in center field to come on with a diving catch.
Wow. Yeah, that was a beautiful play.
So that'll now bring up the third baseman and Michael Fitzpatrick with 2 outs here in the top half of the third, and the first pitch he sees is a breaking ball outside for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch fouled off back behind the plate, so the count now evened at 1 apiece.
Yeah, that double play there really was helpful. Bivens hits the leadoff batter and who has a lot of speed, and then almost advanced to second on a errant throw by Trip Lumpkin, but
that catch was so important by Garrett Peavy in center field. If he doesn't make that catch, Daniel Smith is coming all the way around to score.
Yeah. So the 2-1 pitch from Bivens is fouled off again.
Michael Fitzpatrick has had 2 big cuts at the ball and just fouled him back both times. And he's now even in a 2-2 count. And now the 2-2 pitch, way outside. I think Trent Bivens tried to throw a breaking ball and break it onto the plate, but just lost it there. So that will bring in a full 3-2 count.
We'll try to go ahead and retire Michael Fitzpatrick, as that'll bring on Matt Huckabee in the next inning, as it hits him again, I believe. That's 2 hits
in the inning.
Yeah.
By Trent Bivens, and 3 in tonight's ball game. So
that does bring on the 4-hole hitter, Matt Huckabee, the first baseman. Who's in the 4-hole for an obvious reason, as Michael Fitzpatrick will steal second base.
Westfield getting aggressive on the base running this inning as Daniel Smith tried to steal second, and now Michael Fitzpatrick is able to.
This puts a lot of pressure on Trent Bivens here.
Now with the running and scoring position is Westfield, and the 1-0 pitch is swung on and fouled back by Matt Huckabee.
Bivens got lucky there with a beautiful play in center field from Peavy. They ended up in a double play throw to first base. And now he has another runner on at second with the 4-hole hitter in, who can do a lot of damage. But he has him on a early 0-2 count. The runners act like he was going to run to or attempt to steal third base, but slows up midway. The 1-2 pitch from Bivens is a attempted pickoff move, no throw down to second.
So just trying to keep the runner honest at second base.
Yeah. It's already stolen 1, attempted to steal 3. Bivens' pitch is way inside, almost clipped Matt Huckabee. That'll even the count now at 2.
And now the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed, so Trent Bivens will retire the side on a strikeout as we get set to go to the bottom half of the third. Still, ball game tied at 0-0. So Lauren Barano will lead off the bottom half of the third as the first pitch he sees will go over the head for ball one. So Lauren came up in the last inning, but wasn't able to finish his at bat as Trent Bivens tried to steal second, but second pitch he sees in this at bat will be on the outer half of the plate for strike one.
Yeah, the last inning, Chowders really took his time on the mound, and Barano fouls one off on right in field. And we have an even 2-2 count.
And Childers' payoff pitch swung on and hit to the third baseman as he comes on and makes a strong throw to first as Lauren Barano will be retired as the first batter of the inning, as that will bring up the freshman catcher Trip Lumpkin.
Now batting number 3, Trip Lumpkins.
So Trip digs in for his first at bat of the ball game as the first pitch he sees called on the outside corner for strike one.
Yeah, Nathan Childers really working the outside part of the plate, just like Trent Bivens, staying away on each batter. As Trip Lumpkin fouls that one off, and now in a quick pitcher's count here.
So Trip down 0-2 in this count very early as he gets set to battle back.
Choked up on the bat.
Just trying to make contact. This great pitch by Childers to get Trip to chase that fastball on the outer half of the plate. And
Well, Nathan Childers is dueling right now. Pitching a beautiful game. He's only allowed one walk.
that was the Trent Bivens. But
He has 5 strikeouts.
this will now bring up the junior second baseman, Logan Wirtz, for his first at bat of the ballgame with 2 outs in the bottom half of the third. And first pitch he sees swung on and hit foul down the third base line.
And Childers is doing a great job of putting all these batters in a quick, like there, 0-2 count. Lauren got put in one 0-2 count, and
Childers is comfortable to throw any pitch he would like here, and as he's got 3 pitches to play with going against Logan Wirtz.
trying to put a 3 up, 3 down on the Cats here. We have a,
Time called by Logan Wirtz in the batter's box as he gets set now.
like I said, Nathan Childers is really taking his time on the mound, slowing the game down, which obviously is working in his favor as the next pitch is rung up Logan Wirtz, so he puts 3 up, 3 down again. That'll be his 6th strikeout for tonight as we go into the top of the 4th. Still 0-0. We'll be right back.
So that will now bring up the catcher Gage Locke to lead off the top half of the fourth.
And we have a pitching change for Sly County as Trent Bivens moves back to right field, and that brings on Michael Wainwright, the senior, number 33, as his second pitch is high and inside to Gage Locke.
Ashton, who was playing right field, gets moved to center, and the previous center fielder Garrett Peavy will now get moved to second bases. The 2-0 pitch delivered by Michael Wainwright is fouled off.
So the 2-1 pitch from Wainwright, it's a little outside in the dirt. That'll be a quick 3-1 count now. This Gage Locke is being patient at the plate. The 3-1, and Locke swings and fouls it out of play, so that'll now bring it to a full count.
So the full 3-2 pitch down low and in the dirt, and not a great start for Michael Wainwright as he comes on in relief for Trent Bivens, and the first batter he faces, he will give up a walk, which will now bring up the center fielder Travis McDonald.
Now batting number 6, Travis McDonald.
We have a pinch runner.
In for Gage Locke, the catcher, courtesy runner. As Travis gets set to face Michael Wainwright for the first time. The first pitch squares up the bunt, but we'll be able to pull that one back, and that is in the dirt for ball 1.
Wainwright gets him to tip one just above the plate. A quick throw from Trip Lumpkin to down to first base to Wyndham, so that'll retire him. The runner does advance to second.
So Trip Lumpkin going to go out and have a couple words with Wainwright.
Now that brings on Hatch Brannon.
Now batting number 7, Hatch Brandon.
Hatch Brandon had a ground out to first on his first at bat in the second inning. And Wainwright's first pitch is outside and low for ball 1.
Wainwright still trying to get in his groove here. As his next pitch is hit down to shortstop in the hole from Dylan Taylor. He does not throw to first base. We got a rundown between second and third. Taylor, a quick throw to second, unable to be caught from Michael Wainwright as that play got a little too.
He hit the batter the runner in the back there as he's safely able to advance to third as the batter Travis McDonald is able to move down to.
Well, that was a good decision there from Dylan Taylor. Just waited a little too long to put the throw in. So now Wainwright has 2 runners on, both in scoring position, and brings on Chase Spence, the designated hitter.
Excuse me, that was right fielder Hatch Brannon that was able to move down to second base.
So Wainwright in a little bit of a hole here. It's the first pitch Chase Spence sees, swung on and fouled for strike 1.
So the 0-1 pitch, breaking ball on the outer half of the plate, called a ball. So The count now evened at 1 ball, 1 strike.
Wainwright trying to settle down here in a tight position, trying to find his groove. And a hitter's count. Barano playing close to the infield grass.
So now Wainwright's 1-1 pitch up and in.
They call it a foul tip, so that's going to even the count at 2. Home plate umpire heard the ball hit the bat, so Wainwright catches a break there.
So Wainwright set to deliver, decides to step off now. Regains composure back on the mound. And now batter will call time.
Yeah, I think Wainwright's a little confused by the count. He, as well as everyone else, might have thought it was still 3-1, but the home plate umpire was trying to clarify. Count is even at 2. The 2-2 pitch is hit on from Chase Spence, and it goes down the first base line. The throw home is not in time, as 2 runs score off of the designated hitter Chase Spence. So Westfield strikes first. And that rundown, not able to
Convert the out there will be costly for the Wildcats, as the runner was able to move up into scoring position at second base with a man on third. Still 1 out in the ball game. As batter looks to bunt. It's a great bunt down the third base line as Lauren Barano comes on and makes a strong throw to Dylan Wyndham at first. And
it's a good play by Barano.
So the batter, Bennett Wellman, was able to advance the runner, as we are back now to the top of the lineup for Westfield and Daniel Smith.
That was a beautiful bunt there from Bennett Wellman. He did his job, advanced the runner, and almost made it safely at first. But Barano, with a good strong throw over there, was able to record the second out.
The left fielder Smith batting has had 2 opportunities at the plate in tonight's ball game, as the first pitch he sees is fouled off, but strikeout in the first inning and then a walk on his next at bat. So it'll be his 3rd time at the plate tonight, as he's down 0-1 in the count. 1 man on with 2 outs here in the top half of the 4th, as the 0-1 pitch delivered high and inside.
So Wainwright's 1-1 pitch just seems a little low and outside there.
Wainwright losing a lot on the outside and low, so he's now down 2-1 in the count. He's thrown 2 consecutive balls after getting a foul tip from Daniel Smith, and
there's another foul tip caught on there by Trip Lumpkin.
Great off-speed pitch by Michael Wainwright, getting Daniel Smith to swing early, as the count now is even at 2 apiece. 2-2 pitch, swung on, and little ground ball to Michael Wainwright as he fields it and throws on the first to Dylan Taylor. So
Westfield does get up 2 from that rundown play, which was a little costly there. So that'll bring Sly County back to the plate now at the bottom of the 4th, as we will return.
So Garrett Peavy, the junior second baseman, will lead off for the Cats as the first pitch he sees will be outside for ball 1.
And Westfield comes in with a new pitcher, relieving Nathan Childers, brings on Hunter Hancock, number 11 for Westfield, as Peavy's hit to shortstop bobbled there by Hunter Spence. The throw was still close at first, but Peavy was able to beat the throw out and get on first, and this brings on the senior left fielder, Dakota Albright.
Now batting number 22, Dakota Albright.
So Dakota will step in the batter's box for the second time tonight.
Dakota and Garrett Peavy both have a lot of speed.
Here at the top of this Wildcat order is the first pitch he sees is a little fly ball into right field, and as Hatch Brandon will come on to make the plays. He will retire the first out of the inning, as that brings up the sophomore shortstop in Dylan Taylor.
This is going to work in Dylan Taylor's favor, as Hunter Hancock is a right-hander. Hunter watching PV over at first.
Garrett Peavy with great speed as that ball is thrown outside and will get away from the catcher Gage Locke, as Garrett Peavy is able to advance down to second.
And Hunter has a nasty curveball there, just a little outside and gets away from Gage. So now he has a runner on at second.
Pickoff move is second baseman Bennett Wellman running away from the bag as the pitcher was looking to throw. So now the 1-0 pitch delivered to Taylor is caught on the outer part of the plate for strike 1. So Taylor now in a 1-1 count, and the third pitch of the at-bat is going to be high for ball 2. So great opportunity for the Wildcats to score here with Dylan Wyndham on deck, the senior first baseman.
Yeah. Both Dylans have a lot of power, as Taylor swings on and misses, and Hunter Hancock now evens the count up at 2.
So umpire behind the plate will have some words with the Sly County dugout. Not sure what it's about, but Dylan Taylor digs in into the 2-2 count as the pitch is delivered and up at the batter's eye for ball 3, as that brings it to a full 3-2 count for Hunter Hancock on the mound. As Hunter once again tries to pick off move as the second baseman is moving away from the bag.
The 3-2 pitch from Hunter Hancock gets Dylan Taylor on a swing, and that'll be his first strike out for tonight on the mound. That brings on Dylan Wyndham, the senior first baseman, hitting in the 4-hole for the Wildcats.
Now batting number 8, Dylan Wyndham.
So Wyndham will dig in for the first time against Hunter Hancock tonight, as breaking ball thrown on the outer half of the plate will not be called for a strike and be ball 1. So Hunter Hancock really hasn't found his groove with that curveball yet, as he's just leaving it outside and low. So fastball will be thrown up high as Wyndham watches it go by for ball 2.
That's been the same cases for both relief pitchers, and Michael Wainwright and Hunter Hancock still haven't found their groove yet, but Hunter's working with 2 outs here as Dylan Wyndham hits one hard to the second baseman, Bennett Wellman, and he's going to retire Wyndham. So the Cats make it all the way around to second base, but not able to score as the score is still 2-0 in Westfield's favor, and that'll bring us to the top of the fifth when we come back.
So here in the top half of the fifth, the shortstop Hunter Spence will lead things off for Westfield. As first pitch he sees is called ball one.
So the 1-0 pitch from Michael Wainwright in there on the outside of the plate for strike one. Now evens the count.
So the 1-1 pitch delivered by Michael Wainwright will be high and inside for ball two. As still seems he's struggling to find his groove on the mound as he gave up 2 runs in the top half of the fourth. Great pitch by Wainwright, but Trip Lumpkin tries to frame that one, unable to get the call. So
Wainwright with the 3-1 pitch. Ooh, too close. Umpire calls the ball 4, but that was a beautiful pitch on the outside corner, just unable to get the call. So that brings on
third baseman Michael Fitzpatrick.
So Wainwright early in the count early in the inning and have a 1 runner on, and that's it. Looks like we have a player change. I believe Trent Bivens is going to come out. I'm not sure who came on in right field.
Trent may have came on in right field.
Maybe so.
Didn't even notice there was a different player out in right field, but I believe Trent is out there now as the first pitch Michael Fitzpatrick sees is swung on and hit the left field. So early here in the top half of the fifth, Westfield has 2 men on with no outs. As that brings on the first baseman Matt Huckabee.
And correction, I just noticed that Trent Bivens is at first base and Dylan Wyndham is warming up in the Wildcats bullpen. Still, I'm not sure who's in right field.
I believe that is Ridge James out there in right field. That is a left-hander. So
yeah, and I think we're going to have a
pitching change.
Yeah.
Just Michael Wainwright just unable to find his groove here in this ball game, as he gave up 2 runs there in the top half of the fourth. And
well, that was unfortunate. We couldn't get the lead runner out with the run down, but
I believe they're just trying to buy more time for Dylan Wyndham in the ball game to get him loose and warmed up. So
Wainwright will stay out on the mound. going to bring up the 4-hole hitter, number 10, Matt Huckabee, first baseman for the Hornets.
So Dylan Wyndham is no longer in the Wildcat bullpen. So the first pitch will be squared up for bunt by Matt Huckabee, but he's able to pull that back and will be called ball 1.
The 1-0 pitch from Wainwright is in there for strike 1 as Trent Bivens is charging to the plate, looking like Matt Huckabee might show bunt. Still no outs in the top half of the 5th as Huckabee is showing bunt and he holds the bat out there for strike 2. So now you're in a position, if you're Matt, you can bunt, but if you bunt it foul, you will be out.
I'll give him the green light here to swing. Just
When you have no outs, you're up to 2 runners on.
Just don't want to ground out into a double play here in the top half of the 5th. But a chance to add on to your lead as the 1-2 pitch will be delivered outside for ball 2.
Wainwright was about 6 inches off the plate there. That last previous pitch.
Breaking ball will be swung on and hit to the right fielder Ridge James as he comes on and makes the catches. No runner will advance on a sacrifice fly as the runners will remain at first and second.
So Ridge James comes on,
Now batting number 18, Gage.
gets an out, gets the ball in time. So now the double play ball will be real effective here if one comes the way for the Wildcat defense.
As Gage locked, the catcher will now dig into the batter's box. 1 out. Still 2 men on here in the top half of the 5th. Westfield with a 2-0 lead as they look for some more insurance runs. As they've had great pitching from Nathan Childers and Hunter Hancock, who haven't given a run to this point in the ball game. The first pitch he sees will be a ball. So the 1-0 pitch from Wainwright swung on and hit in between the third baseman and the shortstop as the runner is being waved in from third as he slides and he's in there for safe, and the runners will advance on the throw home. So
Westfield's really opening up this game here. That brings on Travis McDonald, the center fielder.
Coach Cheek will now come out to
I believe there will be
mound.
a pitching change here now.
Yeah. As Michael Wainwright gives the ball to Coach Cheek and makes his way to the dugout as Dylan Wyndham will come on in relief. So unfortunately for Michael, he's unable to find his groove, but as they take a break for the pitching change, so will we. Westfield with a 3-0 lead with 2 men on with 1 out. They look to extend that lead, and we'll be right back.
So after the pitching change, Travis McDonald stands in the plate with 2 runners in scoring position and brings on left-handing thrower Dylan Wyndham, who was at first base, and some more changes. Logan Wirtz moves back to second base.
Garrett Peavy, who was playing second base, gets moved back to center field as Ashton will be moved back into right field as the 1-0 pitch swung on and delivered.
We have another rundown opportunity.
Wildcats really need to come up with the out here. Is a bad throw. Unable to make the catches. Another run will come across for Westfield as they take a 4-0 lead in this ball game. Still only 1 out here in the top half of the 5th as they're still threatening with the runner on third and first.
Yeah, just South County's really for tonight has been unable to make those crucial plays.
So Hatch Brandon, the right fielder, will come up to the plate with runners at the corners. Only 1 out here in the top half of the 5th.
Number 7, Hatch Brandon.
So the first pitch he sees from Wyndham will be outside for ball 1. So Wyndham's 1-0 pitch delivered and swung on for strike 1 as Hatch Brandon will take a big cut at that one, just trying to put a little power on it.
Yeah, that was a big cut there. Runners at the corners, still 1 out. Double play ball is in play here. The 1-1 pitch from Wyndham. A little high for Brandon's liking, so that'll be ball 2.
So Wyndham now in a 2-1 count as the 4th pitch swung on and fouled off back behind the plate. So count now evened at 2 apiece. 1 out in the inning. Runners still at the corners. Wyndham will step off the mound as time is called, and he gets set to deliver the 2-2 pitch.
That one skips in the dirt for Trent Lumpkin. The runner's coming home. There's going to be no throw. He's going to slide in safely. So Westfield's really opening up this game now, as the runner from third will score, make it 5-0.
And it all started with that run down that the Wildcats were unable to convert in the top half of the 4th. As Hatch Brandon now stands into a full count. Runner on second base, still only 1 out in this inning. The 3-2 pitch delivered high and outside as
Up next, number 6,
Hatch Brandon will reach first on a walk. As that brings up the designated hitter Chase Spence.
So again, the double play ball now in effect here, as Chase Spence is about to receive his first pitch from the left-handed Wyndham, as he fouls that one off for strike 1.
So now Wyndham's 0-1 pitch swung on and hit back up the middle for a base hit as the runner is being waved around from third. And he'll get the brakes put on it as the throw comes in to shortstop Dylan Taylor. So now base is loaded for Westfield as they're really looking at an opportunity to put runs on the board here in the top half of the 5th and still only 1 out.
Yeah, we're in the 9th. Hitter is up, Bennett Wellman. So the top of the order is coming up next for Westfield, looking real nice for them. As you said, still 1 out with bases loaded. It's crucial that South County can get out of this inning down 5 here and not allow any more runs to come across the plate.
It's going to be tough for the Wildcats as we watch that pitch going for a ball. As the two pitchers for Westfield, Nathan Childers and Hunter Hancock, have pitched very well for Westfield. They've gone through 4 innings and no runs allowed as there's a bunt. And they will get it down the first base line as the sac bunt will bring in another run for Westfield as they extend their lead to 6. As we're now back to the top of the order, left fielder Daniel Smith.
Yeah, that's the second perfectly executed bunt there by Westfield. Here comes the top of the order now.
Up next, number 3, Daniel Smith.
First pitch he sees from Wyndham on there for strike 1.
Daniel Smith with great speed in the batter's box. He has runners in scoring position at second and third. As the 1-1 pitch breaking ball by Wyndham delivered in there for strike 2. As the Wildcats look at getting out of this jam, down 6-0 in the top half of the 5th. And the 1-2 pitch delivered down and outside for ball 2.
This is a big at bat here for Wyndham, as it was a 2-2 pitch hit on from Dylan Taylor. He makes a running throw to first base there to catch it as Trent Bivens.
Great job by Dylan Taylor retiring the speedy Daniel Smith as the Wildcats get out of that inning, allowing 4 runs to Westfield. As we go to the bottom half of the 5th, Westfield is up 6-0. So, leading off for the Wildcats here in the bottom half of the 5th is first baseman junior Trent Bivens for the Wildcats, with Ashton Gooden on deck as the first pitch delivered by Hunter Hancock will be outside for ball 1.
There's Hunter's second pitch, just off the glove of Gage Locke. That'll scoot away from him. Trent Bivens now in a hitter's count. So again, Hunter's off the plate a little bit.
So, Westfield's Hunter Hancock looks to give up a early walk, a 4-pitch walk to Trent Bivens as He reaches base for the second time tonight. And that will bring up senior right fielder Ashton Gooden.
Now batting number 25, Ashton Gooden.
So, see what Ashton can do here in the bottom half of the fifth as the first pitch he sees delivered on the outer half of the plate for strike one.
Hunter's got a runner at first, so it might change his game plan a little bit as he gets Ashton swinging.
Ashton takes a big cut at that one, just trying to make something happen, give a spark for the Wildcats as they are down by 6. But Ashton quickly behind 0-2 in this count as 0-2 pitch delivered and swung on, and a high fly ball to right field as
The catch will be made by Hatch Brennan.
so Trent Bivens will
That
remain
brings-
at first.
It brings on the senior third baseman, Lauren Barano.
Now batting number 13, Lauren Barano.
So
Westfield's pitching's done a tremendous job tonight. They have
giving Slot County very limited scoring opportunities, not allowing very many men on base.
Yeah.
As the first pitch Lauren Barron we'll see he swings at with the hard cut, and will be in there for strike one.
They have 7 strikeouts so far in this game, and the scoreboard really does show what their pitching has been able to do, as Cats have yet to cross the the home plate. As Barano watches that one in there for ball 1.
So Hunter's 1-1 pitch delivered and swung on, fouled off by Lauren Barron. He's now behind in a 1-2 count.
Hancock now has another Wildcat batter and a 2-strike count.
I like the pitch decision by Hancock. They're trying to go up high and get Lauren to chase something that
Yeah.
would be pretty hard to put the bat on the ball to, with the fastball up in the
Exactly.
zone.
Does even the count now at 2 as this 2-2 pitch hits onto the shortstop. Out at 1, unable to get him at the end. So the 6-4-3 will end the inning.
Great job by Hunter Hancock after giving up that leadoff walk to Trent Bivens to battle back there in that inning and
And
gets out of that with no runs allowed. So as we go to the top half of the 6th, Westfield still has a 6-0 lead. So the first pitch of the top half of the sixth is a strike going against the batter Hunter Spence, the shortstop for Westfield.
Ooh, that was a beautiful pitch there by Wyndham. Unable to get that call, as that does even the count now at 1, but it was a nice pitch there. It's Wyndham's 1-1 pitch to Spence. Swung on, hit. Dylan Taylor's going to make the throw to first in time. That was a beautiful play. He was playing deep in shortstop.
Dylan Taylor has a great arm over there at shortstop, as he's only a sophomore, so.
Yeah. So he fielded it beautifully and made a beautiful throw over there to first base, and Trent Bivens was able to make a stretching, get him out. So a quick out there for Saw County. And brings on Michael Fitzpatrick, the third baseman.
So Wyndham's first pitch to Fitzpatrick is a ground ball foul down the third base line. Just foul as it goes over the bag and out of play. So Wyndham quickly ahead 0-1 in this count.
Yeah.
The last two innings have been a struggle on the mound and defensively for Westfield, or for Saw County, excuse me, as they've given up 6 runs in the past 2 innings.
Dylan's 0-1 pitch to Michael Fitzpatrick. He's in there for strike 2. He didn't think so, as he thought it was a little outside. Blew behind the plate. Gave the call. So a quick 0-2 count there from Wyndham, and it's hit yet again to Dylan Taylor, but it's going to sneak past him. It was a little too hard for Taylor to get there in time.
So great piece of hitting by Michael Fitzpatrick, as that'll bring up the first baseman Matt Huckabee to the plate.
Now batting, number 10, Matt Huckabee.
So Matt Huckabee comes on with the man on now, and only 1 out in the top half of the 6th for Westfield. So they're looking for more insurance runs against the Saw County Wildcats. And the first pitch he sees from Wyndham, called for strike 1 on the outer half of the plate. Great pitch by Dylan Wyndham.
Yeah, low and away too. Beautiful pitch there. As again, Wyndham's a left-handed throwing pitcher, so he's got a great view of Fitzpatrick over there at first base, keeping him honest. As he did have a stolen base earlier in the ball game.
So Huckabee digs in now to a 0-2 count. He's got to be much more aggressive as he watches a close pitch go by on the outer half of the plate. Trip Lumpkin, still the catcher, tries to frame that one. Can't get the call though. So
that was a very close call. So Wyndham's 1-2 pitch to Huckabee. It's like through a changeup, he fouls it behind the plate. He'll stay in there for another pitch.
So another 1-2 pitch to Huckabee is fouled off behind the plate.
He's staying alive in there.
Yeah, great job by Huckabee. Just staying alive in this at bat. Tries to extend it as he looks for a pitch he can handle, and trying to get a base hit. Is the 1-2 pitch now. Breaking ball on the other batter's boxes. Count now evened at 2 apiece.
Not a bad pitch there from Dylan. Huckabee's been protecting the plate, tried to get him to swing at something a little outside. Wyndham with the pickoff move down to first, and they get him. Wow.
Great move by Dylan Wyndham to pick off that runner. Looked like he kind of just flinged it over there, but
yeah, and like I said before, it's
the luxury of a left-handed pitcher, being able to keep your eyes all on that runner at first at all times. Is Wyndham now has a 2-2 count, and with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th.
See if he can punch him out here. As he does, he throws a little change up, and that's going to retire the top half of the 6th. Cats still down 6. They have
2 more at bats. They'll get the bat here in the bottom of the 6th. If they don't get 7 here, they'll get 1 more crack at it in the bottom of the 7th. So as we change sides, we'll be right back.
So the freshman catcher, Trent Lumpkin, now be the leadoff hitter in the bottom of the 6th. Hunter Hancock still on the mound, who's done a pretty good job in relief tonight. The next pitch he sees, Trent Lumpkin drills it, but it'll be way foul on the right side of the field. He just turned on that pitch there.
Turned on a little too early and just pulls it down the first base line foul. He gets set now on a 1-1 count from Hunter Hancock as he swings and fouls that one off. So Tripp now down in a 1-2 count here in the bottom half of the 6th.
Hunter Hancock looking to retire the leadoff batter here. The 1-2 pitch from him. Another breaking ball just outside. He's, like you said earlier, having a little trouble trying to
locate that pitch in the strike zone consistently, as he's been down and away with that pitch all night long since he came on in relief.
So the 2-2 pitch from Hancock, fouled again.
Great job by Tripp Lumpkin of fouling that pitch off. He didn't care for that pitch, and it would have been called a strike if he let it go by. So he just fouls that off, extends his at bat.
Yeah.
Still an even 2-2 count. Now the pitch swung on and missed. Great pitch by Hunter Hancock. Gets Tripp Lumpkin to go after a fastball up in the zone, which will now bring up the second baseman, Logan Wirtz.
I believe that's now the second strikeout for Hunter.
Now batting number 23, Logan Wirtz.
So the Cats only with 5 more bats here coming up.
Hunter Hancock has done a great job with that fastball, positioning it where he wants it to. And the first pitch Logan Wirtz will see will be outside for ball 1, but
Gage Locke thought a little differently. He
tried to frame that, yeah.
Held it there for the umpire to see, but nevertheless, it is called a ball. And that one sneaks in there for strike 1.
So Hunter's 1-1 pitch to Logan will be inside, called ball 2. Just trying to keep Logan honest there with the fastball inside. You know, he's been able to go away with it. Now tries to come back inside as the 1-1 pitch is the 2-1 pitch is delivered and swung on for strike 2.
So Logan Wirtz working with a 2-2 count here. As Hunter's pitch is received in the dirt, looks like. And I'll make it a full count now. Up next is Garrett Peavy on the on-deck circle. It's the top of the lineup for the Wildcats. As Logan Wirtz was thinking about hitting that one, just a little outside, he held it up, and Peavy's up now.
So the Wildcats go back to the top of the order as center fielder Garrett Peavy will now step up to the plate with the man on, and 1 out in the bottom half of the 6th.
So Hunter throws over to first as Wirtz was able to get back in time. Was watching him close. Don't want to be too aggressive on the bases as Westfield's up 6-0. The first pitch Peavy sees.
Double play attempt as they go to second for 1 throw, thrown over the first baseman and out of play. So Garrett will advance to second on the throw, but they do retire the lead runner, Logan Wirtz, which will bring up the senior left fielder Dakota Albritton.
Now batting number 22, Dakota Albritton.
So Dakota now will dig in with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. He does have a runner in scoring position at second.
It's a big at bat here.
Pickoff move, but no throw down to second. Peavy will dive back in safely.
Hunter's doing a good job of trying to keep the runners, like you said, keep them honest. But in this situation, I can't see the Wildcats trying to steal a base here when down 6-0. And the first pitch to Albritton takes that one inside for strike 1.
Great pitch by Hunter Hancock going in on the inner half of the plate. You know, we've seen all pitchers in this ball game so far tonight living on the outer half, but
Exactly.
Hunter goes in there and now delivers a second strike as that ball is swung on and tipped, I believe, and into the glove of Gage Locke, the catcher.
Hunter's dueling right now. He's getting great pitcher's counts on every batter. As the 0-2 pitch to Dakota Albritton is hit softly to the third baseman. He makes a strong throw over there, and it's not going to be picked. It was in the dirt. First baseman's unable to scoop it as the first run will come across the plate, and Garrett Peavy. So the Wildcats do get on the board late in the 6th with 2 outs on I believe maybe an errant throw from the third baseman,
Right,
Michael Fitzpatrick.
he didn't get enough air on that ball as he throws it low and in the dirt, and like you said, the first baseman unable to pick that ball as Garrett seemed to slow down as he turned third, but as he saw the right fielder wasn't running his hardest towards that ball, he's able to come across the plate and put on the first run of the ball game for the Wildcats.
So Dylan Taylor's first pitch he sees, he fouls it behind the plate. That'll go in for strike 1.
So Taylor's 0-1 count.
Yeah,
Called on the outer half of the plate for strike 2.
Yeah, Hunter's doing a great job of getting these early 0-2 counts. The percentages of outs and strikeouts on 0-2 count is way higher than.
He should be out of this inning.
Yeah.
You know, with no damage done, as that ball was thrown inside and away from the catcher Gage Locke, as the speedy left fielder Dakota Albritton is able to advance down into second as he's now in scoring position with 2 outs. But Dylan he's behind in a 1-2 count and looks to battle back.
Dylan's a great hitter. Could do a lot of damage here. He's got a good eye. But Hunter's
trying to put something in play and advance that runner into third or even home. the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled back. Great job by Dylan Taylor extending his at bat. So he was down in a 0-2 count. Now he's in a 1-2 as he fouls that last pitch back. So 2 outs. Still a man on second in Dakota Albritton. Now the 1-2 pitch delivered.
Yeah. See, there goes that. The vision there from Dylan Taylor. Hunter threw that one just a little high. Taylor held up on it. Now in the 2-2 count. And next pitch he sees, he holds off that one again. So Dylan Taylor works himself from a 0-2 count now to a full count.
Great eye by him of laying off these last 2 pitches as they have been close into the strike zone.
And if he reaches bases, that will bring on the pitcher Dylan Wyndham in the 4-hole.
So great job by Dylan Taylor of battling back in that at bat as he watches ball 4 go by, and the senior Dylan Wyndham will come on now with 2 men on, 2 outs.
Yep. This is a big at bat here. Wildcats really haven't had many base runners, I should say, and threatening late in the game with 2 outs. You can get any run that you can get right here, because they do have the bottom of the 7th coming up as well.
So the powerful Dylan Wyndham digs in now with 2 men on and 2 out. Hunter Hancock just keeping Dakota Albritton honest over there with the pickoff move, but no throw down to second.
And like you said, Dakota Albritton's very fast. Dylan Wyndham hits one on the first pitch. He's going to hit it in the left field gap. Round comes 2. That's going to score 2. Wyndham on his way to second. Albritton scores. Here comes Dylan Taylor around.
So the Wildcats, with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, they put on a couple more runs, so they're only down 3.
Yeah.
But great piece of hitting by Dylan Wyndham, going with that pitch and just driving it into the left center field gap. That ball was tailing away from the center fielder and goes all the way to the wall.
Beautiful hit there. Nothing much better than you could do right there. Dylan gets 2 RBIs and cuts the lead in half, and this brings on Trent Bivens now.
So Trent looking to extend this Wildcat inning as they've got their runs with 2 outs in this inning. The first pitch he sees will be outside for strike 1, and Hunter Hancock, who was so great whenever he came on in relief, is tailed off here in the bottom half of the 6th with 2 outs. As we have a player warming up in the Westfield bullpen as the second pitch Trent Bivens sees will be fouled off. Now, the last time Hunter was in this 0-2 count, he let it go to Dylan Taylor, who battled back and got that walk.
And really this all started with the errant throw at first base.
Or 3rd to 1st.
Yeah.
So Trent watches that pitch go by in the dirt for ball 1.
So Bivens now with a 1-2 count. One runner in scoring position. As he hits the ball high, it's going to be in right field. Right fielder will make the catch, Hatch Brandon. So that will retire the side. The Cats put up 3, cut the lead in half. So they do have one more opportunity in the bottom of the 7th. But up next is the top of the 7th, and we'll be right back. So we have some more changes here for Slide County. The catcher, who was Trip Lumpkin, is now pitching, and the previous pitcher, Dylan Wyndham, is now catching. That Gage Locke is up on the, he's batting, excuse me. Trip Lumpkin's first pitch is ball 1.
So
As the second one goes in there for ball 2. I'm sure, I think that's all the changes there.
right,
Just the pitcher and the catcher.
that is all the changes for the Wildcats. As Tripp will throw his first strike here in the top half of the 7th. He's been catching all ball games so far tonight. Dylan was at first to start the game, then he got moved on to the mound, now behind the plate. So the 2-1 pitch delivered and fouled off by Gage Locke, so that will bring the count to even at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So the 2-2 pitch from Trip Lumpkin. Did he
Great
go around?
breaking ball by Trip Lumpkin to get a check swing out of Gage Locke there. So he will retire the first batter he faces. And that'll bring up center fielder Travis McDonald for his first look at Trip Lumpkin. Trying to add more cushion to their lead. Now it's 6-3 after the Wildcats get 3 runs in the bottom half of the 6th, and the first run for the first pitch he sees is outside for ball 1.
Trent Lumpkin's working with the 5th, 6th, and 7th batters of the lineup. So as the next pitch he throws is on the opposite side of the plate, just a little wild here, but you know he's coming off catching.
You expect him to be a little loose after throwing all those pitches back to those throws back to the pitcher from behind the plate. Trip, the hard throwing freshman for the Wildcats, is down now 2-0 in this count.
So the 2-0 pitch from Trip Lumpkin, a little high on the outside plate, on the outside part of the plate, and he falls now to a 3-0 count. As I suspect, Travis McDonald will be watching this one here.
He is, and it's a ball in the dirt, so that will bring up, after the walk, right fielder Hatch Brandon to the plate.
It does give the Wildcats a chance for another double play.
Shortstop Dylan Taylor and second baseman Logan Wirtz playing deep in the hole for Slide County as the first pitch.
Yeah, beautiful.
Hatch Brandon will see is a great pitch by Trip Lumpkin. This is the first time he's gotten ahead 0-1 in the count so far tonight. Trip sets to deliver the 0-1 pitch. Swung on for strike 2 as Hatch Brandon quickly behind 0-2 in the count. 1 out still in the top half of the 7th.
This will be a good out here if Trip can record a strikeout or even possibly a double play if hit in the right location. But Trip's done a far more better job on this batter than the previous one. As a runner is running from second, as we have a
swung strike 3 is there was a
runner on first.
On first, so he will not be able to advance to first on the strikeout.
We'll put 2 outs on the board now, and that brings up Chase Spence, the designated hitter, with a runner on at second.
So Chase Spence has a runner in scoring position at second base, trying to extend this Westfield lead in the top half of the 7th. The first pitch he sees is swung on and hit And he gets by Logan Wirtz as the runner will come all the way around from second, and now Chase Spence will advance on the throw, on the wild throw.
Beautiful hit there by Chase Spence. Hit it
Going
opposite.
with the pitch. Just hits that right back up the middle and past the second baseman, Logan Wirtz, who's unable to get to it. And the Wildcat relief pitchers have really struggled for Slot County so far tonight. So they've given up all 7 runs after Trent Bivens started this game on the mound.
Yeah. So the lead now goes back to 4 from that RBI from Chase Spence, and that brings up,
Second baseman Bennett Wellman.
looks like we have a courtesy runner for the, well, let's see. Not sure who that is at second base, but it will come on for Chase Spence.
As this is the 9-hole batter, and Bennett Wellman. After him, we'll go back to the top of the order if we make it there. With 2 outs, to Daniel Smith, the left fielder. The first pitch Wellman will see inside for ball 1.
Trip Lumpkin trying to get out of this inning here. He delivers his second pitch, and Bennett Wellman fouls that one off. But like you said, the relief corps really struggled a little bit here tonight for Slot County, allowing 7 runs, but getting of this out this inning right now is crucial, as Slot County does have one more attempt to at least tie the game.
And a majority of the runs for both teams coming on misplays, as Slot County had 2 rundown situations that they were not able to convert, and Westfield had 2 outs and just had a poorly thrown ball low and in the dirt, and the first baseman unable to pick it.
And one sailed over as well. But tonight it's really come down who can capitalize more on the mistakes. As that one rings up Bennett Wellman, so Trip Lumpkin.
He thought that was going to be called ball 4, but that was a close pitch on the outer half of the plate. Great job by Dylan Wyndham framing that pitch on the outer half. And it's now Bennett Wellman, who thought he had a walk, is now on a full 3-2 count. Full 3-2 pitch. Breaking ball delivered by Trip Lumpkin, as there is another call on the outer half of the plate. So that will retire the side, as Westfield they get 1 run back in the top half of the 7th. So the Wildcats will have one last chance as they are down 4, and we'll be right back.
number 25, Ashton.
So Ashton Gooden will lead off on the bottom of the 7th, as he's the 6th hole hitter.
And we have a new pitcher in for Westfield. It is Toxie Brandon out there on the mound now. As the first pitch he throws to Ashton Gooden will be called strike 1. As Ashton watches it go by.
On the on-deck circle is Lauren Barano, and in the hole is Trip Lumpkin. That'll be your 3 hitters tonight, as Ashton Gooden hits one to the opposite side of the field, and it sneaks past the second baseman. So the Wildcats get to a good start here.
Could that be an error that hurts Westfield?
Yeah.
It's all run, a majority of the runs that came in tonight's ball game have been caused from errors. And
Bennett Wellman, the second baseman, just tried to slide and to corral the ball, and it just kind of snuck past him. So Gooden will get on. And Lauren Barano up now.
So
first pitch he sees.
Swung on, hard cut by Lauren, just trying to put one out into the outfield.
This is all or nothing here for the Wildcats. Down 4. Bottom of the 7th. Barano swinging again for strike 2.
2 big cuts by Lauren Barano.
And Toxie Brandon, the pitcher for Westfield, already in a good pitcher's count.
Lauren's got to play a lot more conservative here. He's got to be aggressive, but
so 3 straight pitches there for Toxie Brandon, and retires Lauren Barano. And that brings on Trip Lumpkin, the freshman pitcher. And then in the on-deck circle will be second baseman Logan Wirtz.
Trip Lumpkin with plenty of power is earlier in this ball game. He had a hard shot down the first base line, just fouled though. The first pitch he sees is a high fly ball down the third base line as the third baseman tries to come on and make the catch. Unable to do so, and Trip now down 0-1.
Yeah, Trip Lumpkin got away with one there. That was mighty close. He just missed it there. Luckily, it tailed out of play, so.
It's been a great job by Toxie Brandon so far to start the bottom of the 7th. He has yet to throw a ball here. 2 pitches to Ashton. And he had those 3-pitch strikeout to Lauren.
That one skips behind Trip Lumpkin, and Ashton Gooden's going to advance on a wild pitch. So Trip Lumpkin now with an even count at 1 and a runner in scoring position. So Westfield just trying to get out of the ball game. Doing themselves some damage here. The next pitch Trip Lumpkin sees we called strike 2. So
Trip now in a 1-2 count. As Toxie Brandon looks to record the second out of the inning. Breaking ball, and great job by Trip Lumpkin of fouling that back and staying alive in this count. Logan Wirtz in the on-deck circle. And Garrett Peavy in the hole if they can get to him. As the 1-2 pitch is delivered to Trip. Fouled off. Great job by Trip at staying alive in this count. So now Trip Lumpkin, little ground ball to first base. He fields it off the hop, and Wildcats now down to their final out in this ball game. They do have Ashton Gooden at third base.
Yep.
Logan Wirtz, the junior second baseman, will be brought up, batting in the 9-hole.
That brings on Garrett Peavy in the on-deck circle. If Logan Wirtz is able to advance. So the first pitch, Logan Wirtz will see. In there for ball 1.
Toxie Brandon just tries to go inside on that pitch. Unfortunately, does not get the call for him, and
Right.
he's now down 1-0 in this count. The second pitch is delivered to Logan Wirtz, and that ball is in the dirt for ball 2.
So Toxie Brandon, third pitch of the at-bat, ball 3. And I suspect Logan Wirtz will, watch this pitch.
Taking it all the
Yeah.
way is he's yet to see a strike in this at-bat. Toxie Brandon just loses him. Start out with that pitch inside, then the one in the dirt, and that one
Four
low
straight
and
pitches.
outside. 4 straight pitch, 4-pitch walk, and that'll bring on the center fielder Garrett Peavy as he's the leadoff man as the top of the order for the Wildcats.
And on the on-deck circle is left fielder Dakota Albritton.
Number 2, Garrett Peavy.
But with the man on first now as Gage Locke goes out to talk to his pitcher.
Yeah.
With the man on first, you do have a force out at second.
Still 2 outs. Cats threatening here.
They've gotten all 3 of their runs so far tonight with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Ashton led off this inning with that ground ball to second base that he was unable to handle over there. So now Toxie gets set to deliver his first pitch to Garrett Peavy, and it is in there for strike 1. So a great start for Toxie Brandon coming into this at bat after giving up a 4-pitch walk.
Yeah. Toxie's doing a great job. Already got 2 outs. Now he's up on Garrett Peavy here. So that pitch sneaks in there for ball 1. Just a little low and outside for the umpire's liking. So that evens the count now. So the 1-1 pitch from Toxie Brandon.
Outside for
Oh.
ball 2 is after a first pitch strike, he's starting to lose Garrett Peavy now as Garrett now has a lead, as a 2-1 lead in this count. Trying to get Dakota Albritton to come up next.
Yeah.
Toxie gets set to deliver the 2-1 pitch. Here it comes, swung on, and
Just hit out of play on the right side of the field. So that now evens the count here.
a 2 apiece, and Wildcats are down to their final strike of this ball game. They've got runners on the corners, down by 4 here in the bottom half of the 7th.
Anything can happen here. Westfield's pitching has been pretty solid tonight. We'll see what happens. So the 2-2 pitch from Garrett Peavy. He hits one over the second baseman. 1 run's going to score. Dakota Albritton comes around second. He's going to...
Logan Wirtz that is able to advance to third as they get that ball back in, and a great piece of hitting by Garrett Peavy going with that pitch and just driving it over the second baseman's head into right field as that brings up the senior left fielder, Dakota Albritton. Runner still in the corners.
Excuse me, that was Logan Wirtz going to third base there. Got a little too excited and forgot who was running around the bases. So, like you said, the senior left fielder, Albritton, makes his appearance now. He is the tying run at the plate.
Wildcats have a great hitter up the bat, and on deck circle you have Dylan Taylor. The shortstop is the first pitch Dakota will see is inside for ball 1. So Toxie, after a great start,
Yeah.
He gave up that error, but then he was able to battle back, getting 2 outs, and now he's in a little bit of a jam as the Wildcats threatening here, down by 3. As the second pitch Dakota will see will be outside for ball 2.
Yeah, Dakota Albritton's being real patient here, just letting Toxie Brandon work around he's really working the pitcher, and he's doing a great job at it. It's the 2-0 pitch to Albritton. It's hit to the second baseman. It's going to be a quick throw to first baseman, and that's going to end the game. So the Cats did have a late comeback here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, but does not play out the way we wanted it to. So Westfield will win this game 7-4. So as we come to a close, we would like to thank you for tuning in tonight's game and this whole school year and all of our Wildcat sports. I'm Dylan Wall and joined alongside Cade Powell, and we'll be signing off for the last time this year. And we would also just like to thank you for being so supportive. Thank you.